what's been on my mind. Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
Hey everyone, I just got caught in a rainstorm. I was out mowing, and so I just rushed in and got a shower. Haven't fixed my hair, so excuse the look, but and I'll go fix that in a minute. But I'm prepping my chicken. I'm going to do chicken tenders tonight, fried chicken tenders. And a lot of times when you buy the tenderloins, they have that gristle thing in it. So I thought I would show you this little trick of how to get rid of that, and easily how to get rid of that easily. So let me grab a napkin first thing. I'm going to grab a napkin. I have a fork here. You probably already know this, but just in case you didn't, I just don't like them. Some people can eat around them or eat them. I cannot. I mean, I guess I can eat around them, I guess, but I just soon take them out. So this little white thing right here is what I'm talking about. And so I'm just going to slide my fork. I'm going to kind of put it in the tongs, the whatever of my fork, you know, stick it down in the middle. And the napkin is just to give me some grip. And I'm just going to take it and pull it right out. Right like that. Pulled it right out. And the chicken tenderloins are ready to be fried. I'm going to put half of them. I'm going to soak a few of them in some buttermilk. And the other half I'm just going to put on a plate, and it's going to wait till time to get ready. So that's what I'm going to do, because I'm fixing them two different ways. I'm fixing them a low carb way and a regular way. So the regular way is going to go in a little bit of buttermilk. Okay, everyone, see my nice pile of clean dishes back there that I have to put away? Anyway, we are going to get started on our good old Southern fried chicken tenders, chicken fingers, whatever you want to call them. Now, this same breading that I'm going to show you can be used for bone-in chicken. I just don't have a lot of time tonight. I don't have the sides. If I'm going to fry bone-in, like a whole chicken and cut it up and fry it like that, then I'm going to want mashed potatoes, green beans, macaroni. I'm going to want the works. That's not what tonight is. Tonight is we want a hearty meat. I want a good old comfort type meat, and then maybe a lighter type side. We may just do chicken fingers and salad. So anyway, because Isaac and I aren't eating potatoes right now, so I'll have to wait and do that when potatoes come get a little closer to time. So anyway, closer to time to me eating. I'll get this out right in a minute. Okay, so I have the ones we're going to do regular style, soaking in buttermilk. Now, I want to get these started ahead of time. And there's a reason I like to get them started ahead of time, because I think it makes the crust crunchy. I think it just makes a delicious crunch if you do it this way. Now, I always use self-rising flour. Something I always, when I fry just about anything, I always use self-rising flour. So I have a pie plate here with self-rising flour in it. And I'm just going to do a basic seasoning. We're going to put a little bit of pepper in here. We're going to put a little bit of salt. And I did it backwards. I always say you should dip your finger in the salt first, because you don't want flakes of pepper in your salt. And this is one of my go-to chicken seasonings. It's just the tub ranch dressing. And I just sprinkle that in. Well, let me Let's use the big end. Why is it not coming out? Must have got a little moisture in there. There it comes. All right. Now one more item, paprika. Let me grab that. Always use some paprika when you're frying chicken. It gives it just a beautiful color. Okay. And I'm just going to stir that around a little bit. Now, I'm not one of those who's funny about touching meat, but if you're funny, then just use your fork. But let me say, there is something to be said of pressing in the breading into your chicken, and I don't think you can really do that well with anything other than your fingers. So I'm just letting some of the excess buttermilk drip off, and I am going to lay several in there before I start messing with my fingers. Now we're doing this regular style, and we're also going to do a low carb type. Now what I want you to do is just press that into there. Here's another trick you can add, but you don't have to. You're going to see that you don't have to add this trick. But if you wanted to add a little baking powder to your self-rising flour, it gives the crunch and the crustiness just an extra airiness. But as you can see, I'm not going to do that. Let me get a piece of parchment. I want to put a piece of parchment under here. And we're just going to lay this and let it sit. And it's going to start to look kind of wet and shaggy, but that's what you want. When that goes into the fryer, there's just something wonderful that happens when that takes place. And I just press that flour into these chicken nuggets because I want as much on there as I can get. Because that's what gives our southern fried chicken tenders a good crustiness and crunch. Now, our keto ones, we're going to have another item that gives it its crunch, so we don't have to do all that pressing quite so much. One more. All right. Well, I'm going to finish doing these and getting the flour stuck to them really good. I'm going to lay them on this rack over here just to rest. I have another clean rack out. When you fry chicken, you don't want to set it on a plate or anything. You want to set it on a rack so that the heat doesn't steam it and make it soggy in the bottom. So, I think I've shared that with you before, but when you're frying something, you don't want to just set it in a plate or a bowl. You want it to have some airflow under it so it doesn't, the steam and the heat doesn't create like sogginess. Right? One more. All right, guys, I'm going to clean this up, let this sit. I'm going to clean all this up and these up. And then we're just going to let this sit and hang out for a little while and let the moisture come through to the top of the flour. All right, guys, I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, everyone, while we're waiting to get closer to supper time, let's go ahead and put together our outer crust for our low carb chicken tenders or chicken fingers. All right, so we're gonna look down here at this pan. Whoops, hang on, don't look too far. There we go. Okay. All right, so in my dish here, this is ground up pork rinds. I just put them in the food processor and just ground them up to a crumb. Now, a lot of people don't like pork rinds, and that's totally fine. I get tired of them very easily, but they work really good for this. And if you have any big chunks, go ahead and just pull them out. This is going to give this outer crust just a delicious crunch. But you can use unflavored whey powder, whey protein powder, if you're just totally opposed to using the pork skins. But I'll do another video using the whey powder, but right now we're going to go with the pork skins because I want that crunch. I'm going in with, oh goodness, this is probably well over half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Well over. And that's just the grated, that they put out on restaurant tables. I've got some chunks of cracklings in here, I think, that didn't crumble up very well. But they won't stick to the chicken anyway, so it's not going to matter. And if they do, it's just going to be delicious. I mean, goodness. Okay, so to this mixture, the Parmesan and pork skin mixture, I've got seasons. You can add whatever seasons of choice you want. You can use the exact same seasons I used in the southern fried chicken tenders with the ranch dressing and the salt, pepper. This is onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, paprika, and salt. Very basic. Just very absolutely basic, but delicious. So we're going to go in here with this. Let me get the rest of that Parmesan cheese out of there. All right, and we're just going to mix this. I'm just going to take my whisk and whisk it up really good. Okay, so it's almost time to start frying, and when it is, I'll bring you back and I'll explain. We have an egg, 2 eggs, and a little bit of water. You could use milk or heavy cream in here. I didn't have any heavy cream, and milk has a little bit more carbs in it, so I just put a little water in there. And over here, I'll explain this more in depth later. This is oat fiber. And this is just kind of going to give the chicken tender something for all this goodness to cling to. So we'll be back in just a little bit. All right, so I've got my oil over here in the skillet turned on. And let's talk about oil real quick. I think the best oil to fry, as far as tasting oil to fry chicken in, is peanut oil. I think it is the best, absolute the best. However, it is also the most expensive. I'm just using, don't tell anybody, but just a good old vegetable or canola oil right now. If I had enough avocado oil, I would definitely be using that. But since I don't, we're using just what we have on hand.
Hey, everybody.
He says, hey. We got chicks today.
Yeah, I just came in from working. Hey, I was going to ask you guys this question real quick, because I may not be around for the taste test.
Yes, you will.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, I'll save it for then. Okay, here we go.
You ain't going nowhere.
All right, here we go.
All right, I'm just waiting for this to get hot. We'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, y'all, I just tested that by pinching off a little piece of the dough off of those chicken breasts I've already battered and dropped it in, and it's sizzling. So we're going to go ahead and put them in. These are the original, traditional Southern style flour chicken tenders. And I'm going to have a dirty fork putting them in and turning them, and then a clean fork to get them out. We're going to go about 3 minutes on each side. All right, and this is going in the dishwasher to get washed. Three minutes on each side. I'll bring you back when it's time to flip it over. All right, guys, let's flip them over. Maybe. Look how pretty. Oh my goodness, y'all. There is nothing like fried chicken. All right, we'll be back 3 more minutes on this side. All right, everybody, these are ready to come out. Over here, I have a cookie sheet with a rack. Remember, we don't want to put it on a plate because we want it to be crunchy and we don't want it to steam. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to set this off the heat just for a little bit. I don't want it to cool down, but I want to set it off for just a minute. All right, I'm going to put my clean fork over here. Now, with my dirty fork, I'm going to take one of the chicken fingers, just drop it ever so lightly in the oat fiber, and that's just going to give it something to hold on to. Then we're going to go into the egg wash. And I'm trying to get everything where you can see it over here. And then over here into our pork rinds. And I'm actually going to, I'm going to put this back on the heat now. I'm actually going to double dip a couple of these. And we're going to go back into the pork rinds.
What are these done with right here?
Those are regular flour. That's yours.
That's mine.
All right. So into the hot oil we go.
If the grease is hot enough,
you can fry fingers, chicken fingers. Is he getting in them already?
Mm.
Was it hot? Or good? Was that a hot or a good?
Delicious. Hey.
Hey, what? Okay.
I think I've told them this before. No, put it in. Let me see it go in there. Look at that, guys. It kind of looks like a panko breadcrumb, don't it?
It does.
Sure does.
It does.
They're impressed. They didn't know I knew what that meant.
I'm impressed.
You impressed? Hey, I think I told y'all this one time before, but I'm going to tell you again. Do you know where the first chicken was fried at? Here we go. Drum roll. Tell them, Mom.
In Greece.
In Greece. There we go. I just thought I'd tell y'all that. Anyway.
All right, I'm going to double dip some of them and then just one dip some of them. And we may actually have to do a few of ours in the air fryer. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Why are you going to do this in the air fryer?
I didn't know if they'd all fit in here.
Mm.
I think he likes his, y'all.
Tell him I've been working hard all day.
He has been working hard all day. And these two are going to fry for about 3 minutes. It is taking me a little longer since the others were already breaded. I'm trying to remember how I'm putting them in the frying pan. All right, I'm gonna finish doing this. We'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, everybody, we're getting ready for the taste test. On one of my videos, I made Alabama white sauce. I had never heard of it before, made it, and I loved it. And one of my sweet viewers sent me 3 bottles of this and 3 more bottles of a barbecue sauce. I don't know who it was. There was not a name, but I'm going to try it with this chicken. So I'm going to pour me a little. Ooh. There we go. Okay, let me call the guys in here, and we're going to give this a taste test. Fried chicken fingers 2 ways. I forgot to show them to you. Y'all, look at that. This is Southern fried chicken, and this is the low-carb fried chicken. I don't know. I think they both look awful delicious to me. Wait, maybe awful delicious. Awful, that wasn't the correct word. Awfully delicious. So, okay. Who's going first? Brian's already tasted it. Turn it up just a little bit so they can get Isaac's face.
All right, here we go, baby.
This is the low carb.
Okay.
Let me have that one. I like that one.
All right. You gonna dip it in
I'll
the sauce?
taste with you. No, I want to taste it plain
Taste
first.
it naked. Okay. Hey, whoa, did I get a low carb one?
Yeah, you can have one.
I'll get a small one. I'll taste off camera. Go ahead. Oh, that's good.
Oh my goodness.
That's
That's
delicious.
really good.
That's so good.
That is delicious.
Did y'all hear the crunch?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, you get pig and chicken at the same time.
I know. My goodness. You don't. It doesn't taste like pork rinds.
That is good. Did you salt that?
I added salt to it.
Okay, yeah.
That melts in your mouth.
It is-
This is the most tender chicken.
It is tender. It is tender. How long did you cook it? Huh?
3 minutes on each side.
Mm.
On a medium-high heat.
Mm.
That's good.
That doesn't even need a sauce right there.
No, it doesn't.
No, it don't.
It's so good.
Woo! That is good. It don't matter if you're healthy or not. That's good stuff, ain't it?
No carbs, right?
Yeah, no carbs. Maybe a half of a carb.
Oh my gosh.
The oat bran has a little bit, but there's not much going on the chicken, and most of that wipes off when you do it in the egg.
Yeah. Now, what kind of sauce is that?
This is just mayonnaise and ketchup. Here's their Alabama white sauce. That's what I was going to try.
Yeah, I thought it was ranch. I dipped it in there and got a surprise.
Yeah, it's got a little twang to it.
That's good. I don't need this, but this is really good. Y'all. All right, Daddy, you need to try yours.
Okay.
He's already tried it, but
Come on. I've already
y'all didn't see it.
I've already tried it. They did see it because I leaned down and I did this.
This is so good.
I did this. Okay. Look right there. I can tell you right now, these are delicious. I'm gonna try the Alabama white sauce. It, like I said, it doesn't have to have anything. Okay. So.
I don't know if you can hear his crunch, but he's got a crunch too.
It is so tender. That right there is restaurant good right there.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Nothing aggravates me more than to go to a restaurant and order chicken strips and get
Them
pre-breaded,
frozen ones.
flash frozen strips. They need to be freshly sliced, fresh chicken, hand battered. That right there is restaurant good. Hey, what kind of flour?
Self-rising. We've already discussed that. Self-rising. And, oh my goodness.
No cornstarch or anything?
No, I didn't. I told them they could do that, but I didn't put any in it today because there's really no need.
Does that have no sugar added ketchup?
Yep, that's no sugar ketchup.
That right there is money. That's good.
That's filler.
It is so good. Y'all, I can have fried chicken now.
You almost ate the
Now-
whole plate.
We just got to figure out a potato. Okay, we're going to have chicken tenders and salad tonight, so we're going to sign out of here. Thank you so much for watching The Farm and Pastor's Wife. This has been such a joy. I I wanted fried chicken. And I found on Low Carb Love, her channel, she has a variation of this. Highfalutin Low Carb has the variation of this. And we just went with it, and it is delicious. So, all right, we're going to go sit down and eat because I have a feeling Bryant's going to be digging into the low carb one when he's done with his.
No, I don't think so. Maybe so.
Yeah, maybe so, he said. All right, Thank you guys for watching, and remember, if the grease is hot enough, you can fry chicken fingers or anything. Bye, y'all.